Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm your host, Jem. Let's cue the intro.
Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want and need. Feel your heartbeat. Feel somewhere you're looking good. Feel your heartbeat. Feel somewhere you're looking good.
Yes, people. Welcome back to that Chelsea Ladies show. The usual suspects are here right now. Joyce, how are you?
I'm all right, man. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, not bad. You know, just typical Friday, you know, on the Chelsea Ladies show with my glass of wine next to me because Chelsea have made me that depressed. But yeah, all good. Charlotte, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same as you, really. It's kind of alcohol and Chelsea talks. I mean, realistically, I think I need alcohol when I talk about Chelsea now. I mean, but yeah, all good.
Good. And Beth, how you been? Nice to have you back.
Yeah. Oh, okay, thank you. I had a week off last week, didn't I? Yeah, it's good to be back. Been a sad week since Tuesday, I think. Football results they get to you too much, don't they?
Yeah, it definitely gets. I mean, it's not good to be a Chelsea fan at the moment, as they say, is it? We're really struggling for form and are depressed and drinking glasses of wine every game, you know. And it is what it is, as they say. But let's move on to what we were going to talk about. Charlotte, you had a little topic you wanted to talk about, didn't you? Do you want to start?
Let's go. I want to talk about the fact that if Frank Lampard wasn't a club legend, would he still be here? Because I don't think he would.
Why?
I think because he's a club legend, he's getting that extra opportunity. They don't want to see him fail. They don't want to admit they're wrong, or they want to see him succeed. But I think if this was a normal manager, I think Chelsea would have been out the door like, boom, sorry, no thank you, because the standard's not acceptable. But they're giving Lampard a chance. And I feel like that's because he has got such a legend status and such a hold over people at the club. Like, he's been there for so long.
I hear you. Beth, what's your thoughts on it?
I think the problem is we don't know what the board and Lampard have agreed are his targets. So we might all be thinking in our head that our targets are top 4 and a trophy or whatever. The board might have agreed with him top 6 or something. I don't know why, but you don't know. So it depends, really. But I can see, based on our history, if he wasn't a club legend, he probably would have been gone by now if he was given normal expectations. But this isn't a normal season, and we're not coming off of the back of a normal season either. I don't know.
You got a point. Joyce, you want to add to that?
Well, to be honest, if Lampard wasn't a club legend, he wouldn't have got the job in the first place. If we're kind of being real, because Chelsea like managers with experience, Chelsea like managers who have proven themselves for the most part, you know. So if he wasn't the guy that he was, based on his credentials, having won a season at Derby where he got to the playoff finals, that wouldn't have been enough to sign him. But I think him being a club legend and being able to, I don't know, galvanize the fan base and transition us into a winning era again. He wouldn't have been here, and I think he would have been sacked way earlier than he would have been now.
Well, I think what if, and there might, I know it's easy to say, oh, he's a club legend and the board are just being, you know, fair on him and whatever, but what if we just haven't found our target yet? Or if we have got a target, what if our target isn't ready? And they've probably looked at it and thought, can we afford to get rid of Lampard and bring in an interim for now? Is it worth it? Is it worth the hassle? Or should we just stick with Frank Lampard until we sort out the contract, whoever it is that's coming in? You know, do you not think it's sort of going that way rather than just, oh, it's just because he's a legend sort of thing? Do you think there's more behind it is what I'm trying to get at with the board?
Could be, that would be smarter. Be smarter.
I absolutely think there's more going on behind the scenes. I mean, personally, for me, this standard,
I don't care if we've had COVID, no preseason or not. You still have teams who haven't had COVID who are still performing to the absolute ability. Like, I personally think if the players aren't playing for the manager, why should the manager stay? There shouldn't be any leeway because you're a club manager. Blatantly, everyone can see the players aren't playing for him. Like, we struggled to beat a 10-man Fulham because no one was turning up. Like, that for me is a big issue. If you've got a 10-man team and you can just about beat them, that's showing to me that, like, the players aren't playing for him. So if the players aren't playing for the manager, how long can you let this go for?
Yeah. Joyce, want to elaborate?
Well, I mean, I do think that has something to do with it, because I think the next appointment that we make, we kind of maybe have to be a bit careful, because it determines the direction that the club maybe wants to go in next. Oh, caught my voice there. Depends where the club like wants to go in next. And so, you know, we could get interim manager that kind of like steadies the ship, and then we get who we actually want in summer. But then it's just kind of thinking about who's available. You know, I think right now, the main names that people are saying is like Tuchel and Allegri. Those are people kind of available now. And then people thinking about like Nagelsmann and like some other people who might be more available in summer. And so I think maybe Chelsea are assessing their options, but I do also think that Roman has been way more ruthless in the past, sacking managers who have performed way better than Lampard has been performing now. So I do think it's like a combination, basically. We want to get the next appointment right, but at the same time, you know, he can get a bit more leeway just because of who he is and what he means to fans.
Yeah, I hear that. Shush Harold says, did you see a girl and Ad slap up Zayn? Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We saw him get slapped up big time. But yeah, who was talking? Was it Charlotte or Beth?
Yeah, no, I think the problem that you have is that, like, I think we need an interim manager. Like, even if it's just to the end of the season, because I think something to change or take a risk or switch it up is going to be better than nothing. Because right now we literally have what are we doing? Struggling to beat a 10-man Fulham. We're nearly out the top 10. Like, I'm going to be realistic here. We've got 7 out of our last 24 points. How does that sound to you? Because it doesn't sound great to me. And I'm sorry, an interim manager might bring something more, because I don't know what more Frank Lampard can do to our team. Like, I think personally, if we lose to Luton the next morning, he's going to get fired. I don't even think it's a chance. I think
going before that might be better though, because we've got a good easy run of games. Yeah, we've got a good easy run of games coming up, and that's like almost the best time to like bring in a new manager.
But also, I believe that if Frank Lampard's still here with Atletico Madrid when we face Atletico Madrid, I'm not saying we're going to beat them. I don't think we're going to beat them, but we have a chance of not getting absolutely demolished by them, like absolutely thrashed to the point that it's like 8 to 10 aggregate nil. Like, I don't want that. And I think if Frank stays, that's what it's going to be. At least if we have a new manager, we'll have a chance of keeping it under 5. Like, that sounds better to me than like 10-0 aggregate. I don't want that. No. And I think we can't just keep going, oh, he's a club legend, because I'm bored of that now. Like, Frank's a shit manager. He shouldn't be there. End of.
I think the problem is, though, if we have a new manager, they have to make sure he's a new manager that's happy to work with the signings that we've just brought in. Because in the summer, we brought in, was 4, 5?
Yeah. And we should get Tuchel.
We have to have a manager that wants to work with them now, because we've just bought them. We can't all ship them all off like straight away. So they've got to work that out themselves as well. But
I think we need Tuchel in.
Fair point. Daniel Wilson says, hey, everyone. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're good. Jay Breesley says, would you lot consider sacking after the Luton game if we win, so it ends on a high? Beth, what's your answer to that?
No, because you can't sack someone after a win, you know.
Why? I mean, you can.
Why?
You've got rid of Sarri in the Europa League.
I'm sure they usually just wait until you lose and then they go, okay, bye. But I'm not sure, 100% sure we're going to beat Luton at this point. Not with the team we have. They're probably licking their lips at seeing us play.
No, come on, no, don't say this.
They sacked Sarri, Maurizio Sarri. They sacked him right after they won the Europa League trophy. Don't tell me we're not going to... A trophy
agreement.
Yeah, but
Mutual agreement.
a trophy. Yeah, Chelsea's mutual agreement is sacking someone. Period. End of. Like every Chelsea fan knows that. Like, but I mean, what? Like he needs. I've literally been texting with Lambs, being like, "Is he gone yet?" No. We literally wake up every morning wanting to know if he's gone yet. Like waiting for this notification. Because you know what? Like I don't want to get embarrassed. Yeah, but I don't want to get embarrassed by Luton. Like you're all thinking that like we're going to win, like, and it's an easy win for us. But we struggle to meet a 10-man Fulham. There's not much difference. Like
I think there is
Luton,
difference.
yeah, but Luton are gelled. They're solid. They have a solid team. They're not struggling to gel together. Like that's the difference between our team and Luton. We are struggling to gel. We don't look confident. We don't look like we don't want to play. Luton have got more to lose than we do right now. Like, and Luton are gelled. They have a solid defence, a solid midfield, a midfield and a defence that actually want to work with each other.
Well, that can beat Chelsea though. This is the question. Like, can
but
they
it's
go
not.
and do a job?
But it's not.
It
And do you know
depends.
what? But do you know what? People are going to
the
say.
same thing about
People are
Walcott
going
and
to.
Barnsley then.
But people are going to say like, "Oh, we beat Luton, and what? And what?
It's like
What are
And
you saying?
We haven't beaten a top 6 team this season."
Joyce, what was you saying just now?
No, I just mean that, like, I mean, whether we win against Luton or not, and I do think that we're going to win against them, I don't think that doesn't indicate anything different, because we should be beating Luton the same way we should be beating teams that are like below us as a kind of standard. I think the games that would have kind of shown what Frank is made of are the run of games that we've just had, you know, playing against City, you know, playing against Arsenal, playing against Villa, Everton, these games that we've just had in our really horrible run where, like you said, we've only picked up like 7 points. Those are the games that would have shown kind of, you know, what Lampard is made of, really. So if we go back and we go through this run, and, you know, if we beat Wolves and we beat who we got next? Burnley. We've got like a really easy run.
We've got Wolves. We've got
Wolves.
Luton, Wolves, and Burnley, and then we got Spurs. So you know that's not going to be
so like
a good one.
a 3-game run where we beat we beat a few teams who are below us and we should be beating. That's not going to tell us anything different, not really. And
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not really. Yeah.
We have someone introduced. Well, I ain't even got to introduce her, have I? There she is.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Lamb.
So sorry I'm late, guys. I was on.
What time do you call this?
Sorry, I'm sorry. You know, listen. You know when United fans just keep on talking.
Yeah,
what can you do?
What can you do? That's what they do. Why is Jem on the ladies' show? I don't know why I'm on the ladies' show. I'm still here. I shouldn't be here, but I'm here still. Like, don't know. All I know is that I'm here because I'm depressed and I get to talk about Chelsea with my glass of wine. That's all I can say right now. No, Lambs. We're just talking about Lampard and literally. Of course, it's still a Lampard, but more so the fact that he hasn't been sacked yet. Is it more to do with the board? Is it more to do that he's the legend and the board are giving him a bit more time, or are the board thinking more the fact that they might have the person they want to come in, but that person may not be ready yet to come in? Like, what do you think it is? Do you think it's a bit of both, or?
I think it's a bit of both. I think they don't want to make a panic decision in the middle of the season, and if they can't find the ideal replacement, it's just like, okay, what is Jody Morris going to take over until he can find the replacement? No. That's probably even worse. So again, like you said, they haven't confirmed the correct replacement, and it's the right choice. Then you can't just be like, hey, you have to go, because then who's going to come over? Does that mean Jody Morris takes over for Luton and Wolves if you haven't confirmed that replacement? That is a worry. On the other hand, us, and you can ask Charlotte, because me and her were literally like the morning after that Leicester game, we were literally just like talking back and forth for like all day, And I was like to her, and she was like to me, I've had my notifications on. I'm just waiting for the news. He's been sacked. Breaking news. And nothing, literally. And I'm like,
I think we all
there,
did.
Charlotte? And she's like, I know. I'm waiting patiently. And there's still no news.
I was speaking to you on that day as well, Lambs. I think me and you were talking on that day as well. And I was like, it's going to be later. Don't worry. You know, we're waiting for the news. And then I texted Lambs at like 8 o'clock, and I was like, they're giving him another 3 games.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's going on? Like,
do you think we're going to beat Luton?
yes.
We will,
Don't do this.
Luton. I hope we don't, but I know we will. But still, it's gonna be like a Barnsley and a Morecambe performance. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be like here and there, like hit and miss, like whatever.
Yeah,
but we're not gonna win against Wolves. We're not.
Well, we need to, and that's the thing. We've got Wolves, Burnley, and Spurs as our next 3 Premier League games.
Burnley have beaten Liverpool.
Well, yeah, we have to get maximum
well,
points. But, right, I've asked the viewers to give us, throw some questions for you guys to answer. One of the first questions is: so if Lampard is sacked, who do we bring in? I'm going to start with Joyce. Who would you bring in?
Who would I bring in? I think that if we're bringing someone in like right now, I'd probably bring in someone like Allegri, only because I think between now and the end of the season, we just need to kind of steady the ship. We need someone who I think is going to be pragmatic, who is an experience. I hate the whole he's an experienced winner, but he is, and he knows how to manage different kinds of teams. And I think kind of going back to the basics and having a well-structured team that can follow, a well-structured team would do us a lot of good. And
I'm sorry, that comment just threw me off.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have pulled that one up. Sorry, ladies, I shouldn't have. Sorry. I just saw it and I was like, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. It was in me. I was like, we've got to do this. But
don't remember
yeah,
what I was
sorry.
saying.
Are you posh, Beth? Are you posh? Just answer that question.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. Joyce, back to you.
I just think I don't know who I want long term. I think I would like to have a manager that's attacking, someone who will make football interesting and exciting. We have good progressive patterns of play and make use of the attacking talent that we've got, because we've got a lot. But I think right now we need stability, and I think someone like Allegri would give us stability. So
good shout. Beth, who do you want in if Lampard is gone?
Well, absolute dream world, Jem. You know already. I want Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, and that's not dream world. What is available now? Because it's easy for us all to dream. I dream a lot. Trust me. When it comes to Chelsea.
I don't really know. I think my problem is that I don't tend to watch a lot of the other leagues unless they play it in the Champions League. So I kind of just see them playing the Champions League, and that's about it.
You're just like whoever. I don't care. Just bring them in. I'm
going to support whoever they bring in. Maybe if they don't bring Rafa Benitez in the game, that would be nice. I'm going to go with Tuchel. He has to come in just because he's worked with. He's worked with Pulisic before, hasn't he? And he knows in the German league. But it's not my ideal one, no.
Fair enough. Charlotte, what are you saying?
I want Tuchel in. I'm game for Tuchel. I'm not particularly saying he's long term end of, but he's a good 2 or 3 year person. Let's put it out here. He's worked with Pulisic before. He can speak German. He can speak French. I think we're winning here. The man's tactically correct. He doesn't do basic like Lampard is. He literally is what we need to bring something different. We need something different, because right now nothing is working right now. And I personally believe Tuchel could be the thing to kind of but he could be the one to change it around. But I think the problem is that you have a problem where I don't think the players are taking Lampard so seriously, as Lampard's not the authority. But I don't see Tuchel being the kind of man to take any kind of crap from any player. And I think Tuchel can handle them. But I mean, It's a hard one because I'd personally like Ancelotti. Like, think he's done great. Like, look what he's done to Everton. Like, the man's changed him up. But unfortunately, he's not available, so it's Tuchel. And I think, unfortunately, right now, Tuchel's the best availability for what we've got, and we need something to change up quick.
What does touche mean? Ain't touche like a foreign word? Is it like
French.
goodbye or saying? Does anyone know? When someone
French.
says touche,
Is that
like
when
later?
something that counteracts your point and they're correct.
Yeah, it means it's equal
right.
to, like, as in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why that come to my head, but I keep thinking touche in my head. What's touche? What's touche? But anyway, Lambs, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think I've already mentioned that I'd really like Thomas Tuchel to come in. Yeah, he's worked with Christian Pulisic. He kind of helped develop him as a player as well at Borussia Dortmund. He's also worked with Thiago Silva at PSG. Let's not forget that as well. Again, a German-speaking manager, a proven winner, so he's got that winning mentality. He knows how to deal with a squad of quality world-class players. So I feel like he will be able to implement a system that will get the best out of the players. I also think he'll be able to unlock the potential of our German players because we can see it's all there. And right now, there's just this discord where there's a style of play going on that nobody in the team is just on board with, apart from Mason Mount. And we need a system. We need a manager who's going to come and implement a system that's going to benefit all 11 players, not just one. Another thing I want to say, and people are always going to jump onto the goalkeepers as well. I still think Kepa is terrible, but I don't completely blame him now because like he's still bad, but I still feel like there's a lot of this nonsense being put into our goalkeepers, like taking a lot of the blame for our defensive errors, and I think it's not helped by the fact that our manager's always shifting our back four, always. So there's like different centre backs in front of the goalkeeper. That's confusing, especially if they haven't worked together before. Like Christensen, we haven't seen him in the first team in a really long time. What's he doing there? Rudiger's been shocking at the back end of last season, but he still gets a start in the game. If I'm Mendy, I'm not feeling too confident having these people in front of me either. So yeah, Thomas Tuchel though, for sure.
Yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear you. Yes, do I love the ladies? I love my ladies here. Yes, of course I do. They're part of the panelists. Like, what a silly question. But then I get this one again. It comes every stream. Why do I always get this question? Yes, do you want me to wear a wig? I'm waiting for it.
Can we do makeup and hair? Like, that would be
What are we going to do about the beard though?
Yeah, the beard's got to go.
All right, well, I've got a razor. Let's go.
I look quite scary about a beard, so I wouldn't take the beard off me if I was you. Sophia, what's your thoughts on if Lampard was to be sacked, who would you want to come in and replace? When I say replace, I'm talking about take over for the long term, not short term, yeah, as well.
I think Tuchel's like the only option now because I thought I read somewhere today that like Allegri's like completely out of the picture now.
Oh.
But they also mentioned the manager that used to manage Leipzig a few years ago. I think they're definitely trying to aim for like a German manager. I can't think of it.
Ragnar,
Yeah.
Ragnar something. Can't remember his name probably, but I've seen
Sounds
it. Yeah, he's
Viking-esque.
And it like Viking, and the Vikings on Prime. You know Ragnar.
Yeah, that's
Ragnar
the main
Lothbrok.
character's name, Ragnar.
Yeah, God knows. Can we talk about the Chelsea ladies team? Who will win the quadruple this season? I don't know too much about the Chelsea ladies team, but you've got 5 ladies
Chelsea
here that might watch Chelsea ladies.
Doing really well,
just to clarify, it always decides if the top two, if Chelsea beat Man U 2-1, although it was very close, Lauren James did give it a banging goal, but you know, Chelsea beat Man U, they beat Man City within the same week, 4-2 on with extra time as well. Like, I personally believe our women's team, with what we've bought, although I'm not quite happy that we've got rid of players during the transfer ban. I'm a little bit pissed off, but we won't go there, you know. But I mean, the women's team is putting the men's team to shame, you know. I'm like, do you know what annoys me? Everyone's like, but the women get paid less. I'm like, yeah, but the women's team is better than the men's team right now. Fact. And they're like, no, it can't be. I'm like, yes, it is.
Doesn't wages or salary equal incentive? So if I pay you more, then be better.
Yeah, and also they don't dive. It's not dive city. You don't get the Firminios, the Salahs, the Kanes, the Sons, the divers central. Like, you get real football. When you get a tackle, you get a tackle that hurts. But I mean, like, Chelsea women are going to win. End of.
No, I don't watch the Chelsea women's team, but I'm going to start because I want to see Chelsea win.
Just to clarify, we beat Man United. And I celebrated as if it was a men's match. I celebrated as if it was a men's
team. Man United women's
team.
Yeah, that's decent team as well. Yeah.
Man
really
United,
good.
they bought Heath and Press this season. They went and bought Tobin Heath and Christian Press from the Americans. And they're World Cup winners, and we still beat them. I'm just saying.
So I didn't hear much of that, but Joyce, do you watch the Chelsea ladies a lot, or?
I don't actually. I think I keep saying that, like, I'll start, but then I just about managed to watch like the men's game. So like finding time to watch the women's as well. I just never really do.
Fair enough.
Time at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, guys, every Chelsea fan should watch the women's team because you can celebrate wins, and that's all you want.
Oh my God, feels so much better.
I know a Chelsea team winning. Beautiful.
Lambs, do you want to defend yourself on this one?
I wish I could say I feel embarrassed, but I don't. So that's the.
I agree.
I just think we might. I'm scared.
All right. Anyway, stop throwing this is not the negativity show. This is the Chelsea show. Yeah. So this
don't give them the time of day.
Honestly.
So have some wine, a cup of tea, relax, and enjoy the vibes with us.
Yeah, light a candle.
Just enjoy.
Cheers to that.
Drink wine. Just drink wine.
Watching here.
There's 30 of you in here right now. Please like, share, subscribe, retweet. Do your thing as you always do. We appreciate the support. We've grown massively in the last 2 weeks, actually. The subs have gone up pretty high. We're pushing closer to that 1,000 mark than ever now as well. So, yeah, we appreciate it. We're nearly monetized, which means you guys get to ask these ladies questions. Anything you like that you would like to highlight, you can highlight it to us. You know, it'd be beautiful. But moving on. What do you think about England's chances? I mean, this is the Chelsea show, Master Belt. Sorry, bro. I can't be sitting there talking about England. Like, I'll have to pour another wine if we're talking about England, mate.
I'm going to need a bottle. I'm going to need a bottle, not a glass.
Another disappointing manager who doesn't deserve to be managing the team.
Exactly.
The team is too big for him.
Yeah.
Exactly. What about, I've got a good question, actually. Nagelsmann. Now, there's a lot of talk about Nagelsmann as a manager. Yes, he's got more experience than Frank Lampard. He hasn't won anything, but his style of play seems to be attracting a lot of Chelsea fans. I know the woman to the right of me, this way, this way, watches a lot of German football every week because she's a Dortmund fan.
Currently watching Dortmund right now.
What's the score?
It's 2-2 half time. It's been like insane.
Wow.
They've been a bit, their form Dortmund lately, innit? Struggling a bit.
Up and down.
It's been like ping pong.
Sophia, what's your thoughts on Nagelsmann from what you've seen so far? Is he good enough for Chelsea?
No, I just think he's good, but he's just really overrated. Like, Bundesliga's an easy league. He hasn't won major trophies or got Leipzig a title yet. So for me, he's far, far from managing like a team like Chelsea.
Beth is a Carlos sexual, no? And then Jordan says, Beth, can we get a shout out for the Chelsea sexual? chat. Come on, guys.
Sexuals group chat on Twitter. Hi, guys.
What I keep seeing about Charlotte is this: Charlotte drinking that random wine again. So it's like as if Charlotte's the only one drinking.
She's actually going to be like pissed by the end of the stream. I think.
I probably will be right now.
That's the fuel. That's like the battery that's powering the rant.
Do you know what? It probably is Lambs. That's literally true.
Yeah. Smash the like button, people. All right. I want to touch on to Joyce's topic. Joyce, do you want to run with this one that you were telling us earlier?
I don't know what it was.
Go on, Joyce.
You forgot?
No, I'm saying I don't remember what it was.
The signings.
What was I talking about? The
Signings.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, like recently.
Have you been drinking? You're not turning
the only one.
Yeah, guys, I broke
the only one not drinking.
Yeah. I'm being dry Jan, so I promise there's no vodka in this bottle. But so my question is, so in the summer, everyone was really excited about all of our signings, and they were like, "Oh my god, like Lampard's pull." I was probably one of them as well. Lampard's pull is amazing. Look how he brought all these massive players to our club. This, that, and that, and the other. And now I think people are starting to talk about how actually a lot of those signings were club signings and board signings, and not actually people that Lampard wanted. And that's why he's struggling to get the best out of like Havertz, because Havertz isn't someone that he wanted, or someone like Timo Werner, that's not really the person he was going for, and they were people that the club actually wanted. So I was just wondering, like, what do you guys think of? What do you think of?
What's wrong with people today?
The only fan.
You're gonna put.
All the Chelsea guys must be drinking bottles of wine like us or something. Do you know what I mean? We're that depressed. We just like make funny jokes.
Prime water is not water; it's vodka. It's straight vodka.
Yeah, Joyce. Sorry, Joyce. Continue. Sorry, it's silly comment today.
So, like,
silly
my
comment.
question is, do you guys think, like, looking back at our transfer window, how do you look at it differently and how you kind of saw it when it was happening at the time, and how much do you think was down to Lampard and how much do you think is actually down to the board?
Good question. Who wants to start with that question? Lambs. Let's get Lambs into this. Go on, Lambs.
Do you know what? I don't doubt that the board probably pushed some of these players onto him. But at the end of the day, do you remember kind of towards the back end of last season, and like, yeah, we were playing really great attacking football. We were scoring a lot of goals, but we were also conceding a lot of goals as well. And when you'd listen to Frank Lampard in the post-match interviews and stuff, you'd listen to him, you'd be like, oh yeah, obviously, like I need signings, I need players, I need this, I need that, I need someone in this position, and you know, obviously, you know, I need to improve my squad. He was always mentioning how he needs players to improve his squad, and we were sitting there as defenders like, yeah, we need a centre back, we need a striker, we need another holding DM, we need a creative attacking midfielder, possibly we need another winger. So we were there, like all of these signings that we got. It wasn't like we as Chelsea fans will say we don't actually need this player. Maybe you can argue Kai Havertz. Did we need him at that point?
I agree.
I get it. Yeah. He's a great investment as a prospect for like you know, to be with us for like the next 7 to 8 years or something like that. And I understand like why we did what we did then, like just before, you know, another big rival club came and snatched him up. But did we need him at that point? Questionable. But all of the other players that we got, we needed. Like, were we going to continue with Marcus Alonso and Emerson's hit and miss performances? No. So we needed to go and get Chilwell. We needed to go and get Thiago Silva. We needed, because we saw the calamity of we're just switching centre backs and stuff. So just to kind of brush off on that comment, people said I'm backing Kepa. I didn't back Kepa. I said I think he's terrible, and he is terrible. But I don't completely, like, it's not all his fault. Like it does throw your goalkeeper off when you constantly have like a different back four or back three in front of you every single game. Like, it's confusing. Doesn't inspire faith in the defense or the goalkeeper either. So,
no, but if you're a good goalkeeper, you should be doing
just to kind of go back to what Joyce said as well. If he didn't need these players and he didn't want them, he can turn around and say to the board, no, I don't actually need this player. Get me these two, but hold off on this player. Or let me see if we can, you know, shift this player, then we can get this player out. So he has that power, you know, he has that control. He can say no, yes. So he chose to accept this. So once you choose to accept it, you accept the responsibility that comes with it. So I don't think, like, at the end of the day, you know what Chelsea's about. You know what our board's about. You know the philosophy. So if you can't take the heat, then
you're at the door. You're at the door, and it's so true. And Beth, do you want to elaborate on it?
I think that it's a thing we always kind of see with Chelsea is that the managers aren't really behind the people that are brought in. I think that's a common thing, and I think it damages Lampard even more if that is the case. Because he's so inexperienced with managing different kinds of players and stuff. So I think it's probably that they weren't his choice, or some of them weren't. But that's always been it, hasn't it? Because didn't Jose Mourinho really wanted Fernando Torres before he went to Liverpool, didn't he? He never got him. So I think it's just the Chelsea thing. I think it damages Lampard more because he's not got the experience in it, and he doesn't know how to manage in different ways.
Yeah, I hear you. Sophia, what are your thoughts on it?
I agree. Yeah, he's not got the leadership mindset or skills to manage all these players coming from different leagues, and I just don't think he's got the experience. Oh my god.
No, I hear that. You look like you're having a heart attack watching Dortmund. So I see you keep looking up all the time. But
I've just seen it, Sophia. I've just seen it.
If anyone doesn't know, Sophia is a Dortmund fan. She loves Chelsea more, I assume. If you can answer that one, do you love Chelsea more, or do you love Dortmund more?
No, I guess I was born like West London, so
fair enough.
Chelsea,
so she's a Chelsea supporter, but she's got a soft spot for Dortmund. Charlotte, what are you saying?
I mean, let's look at it this way. Mendy was never Frank Lampard's choice signing. That's a fact. Mendy's average. He's basic. He makes Kepa look like... Everyone's like, oh, he makes Kepa look good. No, he just does his job. Like, he doesn't make Kepa look good. Kepa was just that bad that an average basic goalkeeper can make him look good. Like, I'm pretty sure that Lampard wanted Oblak. And so did I, to be fair. Since Courtois left, that's the man I've wanted. Like, genuinely, like, I mean, I don't really know what to say. Kepa was the worst signing we made ever. Then Mendy came, but Mendy wasn't Lampard's choice. So it makes me question whether all the signings this season have been Lampard's choice. Because if Mendy wasn't, how many others weren't? Well, because we know for a fact that Mendy wasn't, and I know for a fact that I'm pretty sure he wanted Werner and Havertz. But that's about as far as I'll go.
But if he refused Mendy, the other option would be to just stick with Kepa. Do you think he was going to do that?
Yeah, no, we had to change that.
I get we had to accept it, but what I'm saying is that if Mendy wasn't his first choice, how many other of the signings weren't his first choice? And if that's what I mean. But I mean,
I think Werner, I think Timo Werner was Lampard's signing. There was lots of... I know when Werner came to Chelsea, he also mentioned that he spoke to Lampard on the phone. Lampard even said that he had Timo Werner on the phone. I think Kai Havertz was... I'm not 100% sure on that one. I really ain't. I know he did have... Yeah, I think that one was more the club. I feel Hakim Ziyech was definitely Frank Lampard. I think he would have wanted Hakim Ziyech. There's no way in hell. I don't think anyone would sign Hakim Ziyech.
Silva was.
I think Silva 100%. Silva was you can't say no to top quality defenses like that, especially when you've got calamities at the back like we have. And Mendy, I think he had other ideas of
he wanted Oblak.
Maybe.
Or even Donnarumma as well.
No. Oblak is the best goalie for us right now. Like, and I'm telling you now, if we had Oblak, we would not be in the situation that we are right now because the man can actually do his job and he's not just average. He's not a basic goalkeeper. The man is a great goalkeeper. Yeah, exactly. We have average goalkeepers and everyone's shocked at the fact that Mendy is not doing well. What did you expect? He's better than Kepa,
I hear you.
He's better than Kepa, but that doesn't make him good. That just means him average, like maybe below average. I'm not quite sure yet, but he if you saw the goals that he goes, he looks shocked. He looks shocked as if the goal was in the back of the net. Like, oh wow, how did the goal get past in the back of the net? Like, mate, that's your job. That is your job to stop the ball
yeah.
going in the net. And he looked in the Leicester game, he looked shocked that there was goals going into the back of the net. I'm like, hun, it is your job. If the defense is shit, your job is to save the goal. Like, push it out of the goal. Like, don't let it in. Block it with your face, your hands, your body. I don't care.
He didn't,
And
that was the issue. But Joyce, did you want to elaborate on it? Like, you want to say something? Go on.
No, I was just kind of, I guess, like kind of listening to everyone and what they kind of think, like who was a Lampard signing, who wasn't. I think one person that I can say almost certainly was a Lampard signing was Chilwell. I think Lampard and Chelsea were kind of chasing him for a while, like even from maybe like Christmas time, so just for the January transfer window. Then he went through that really bad run of form and Chelsea fans didn't want him anymore. So I'm talking about Reguilon and some other Tellez as well.
Tellez.
Some other fullbacks. But Chilwell, I think, is definitely someone that Lampard wanted for a long time. Rice, who we haven't got, is another one that Lampard, I think, has been chasing for some time. I don't know if Havertz was someone that Lampard wanted. I feel like that was something that the club really pushed for, especially when they put that super high asking price for him, and then we really we stretched it. It was like the whole summer. Like I feel like that transfer start he took up most of the summer, and it was like, when are we going to sign this guy? But at the same time, I don't know. It almost doesn't matter whether he. I mean, it does matter whether he wanted them or not. I guess because that makes it more difficult to work with players who you don't want. But at the same time, like as a manager, like if these players are here, you need to do the best to accommodate the players that you've got to make your team win. And I think that's what he hasn't done. He hasn't done enough to
got the best out of him
and get the best out of those players.
Big up to a gal who's here in the stream. Big up to you, a gal. Hope you're well, bro. It's nice having you here. We've got another one here saying, "Hey Beth." I don't know if you know this person, Freddie B. Said hello to you, Beth. Can Sophia tell us? Wait a sec. Someone was asking you, Saint Sophia. Let's have a look. Can Sophia tell us what she thinks?
Oh my god!
Kelly, without swearing, please. Can you answer that question, please? Without swearing. Wait, no, actually, Sophia, you can swear as much as you want, but before you do that, there's 35 of you here joined with us right now. Peace to you. Please like and share. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe as well. Please. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Go on, Sophia. On to you.
He's the biggest fucking fraud in football, like ever. He's like the fakest football fan. He's the biggest kiss ass. Honestly, I can't stand the guy. He's
and
such
why?
a fraud.
Elaborate. Why do you not like the guy? What has he done to make you feel
opinions and what he posts, and he just kisses players' asses, and because he has all the money, so he pays for photos of them and everything. And oh my gosh, he's like the embodiment of everything I hate about like fraudulent football fans.
And also,
there you go.
How many times has he posted? How many times has he posted about Kante being at his daughter's wedding? Like so many times. Like he posted
he tries so hard to be famous.
Like the man. I've never seen a man. I'm not saying this because I don't want to get in trouble, but like the man, he's one of those people that he's like a pepper grinder. He just grinds you and grinds you, and then you just want to chuck him. Like he really is.
Frank, if you're watching, mate, which you probably ain't, but if you are, these are the words of the ladies, yeah, not me or the show, Moving on.
I'm with you, Sophia. I can't stand people.
Lambs.
Literally.
Stand people like that. Really.
Exactly. They're like
those other fans who refuse to even if their player has a terrible game, they'll be like, oh no, they were the best player, oh no, because I don't know, one of their players or their brother or their sister's cousin follows them or some nonsense, and it's just get out of there. Don't have time for people like that either.
Literally. I literally couldn't agree more.
Where's this question? Prime's just Prime's just come out of a clanger. I'm just trying to find it. I just see it and it's gone. Oh, here it is. Ready for it, ladies?
Oh no.
Oh,
Who's better, Lampard or Southgate? As if we
They're
want to
on
like
par.
compare the two.
is
I
there
mean,
a
how
third
can-
choice?
Yeah. Can I agree with Lambs?
We have a third choice. Me. I'm your third choice.
Gem?
There you go.
Gem.
Gem.
I vote Gem.
Ah,
That wasn't even a decision.
so hard
Oh
for
my
Lampard,
gosh.
though. I can't even. I love Frank Lampard. I love you.
Southgate is definitely more experienced.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he's
Ready? Another one.
experienced in relegating Middlesbrough. Don't forget that.
One thing I
yes,
backed Frank on, he didn't want to sign Mendy because he knew he was average. Frank wanted Jan Oblak. Mendy was forced on him, is what Lampard
Yes,
Lampard says,
Prime.
is what
But
Lampard
we
says.
already knew this because of their
Yeah.
release clause, and we weren't going to pay for that release clause because of the money we already paid for Havertz. So I just knew, I was just like, unless they drop that price down, we're not going to get him this season anyway.
What about this
so
one? What about this one, Lambs? Do you
That's
think it
a
would have been
shout.
a better
shout.
better shout?
That is a
Yeah.
shout.
I agree. I used to
take
pick
him
up Nick
right now,
Pope on
to
the
be
football
honest.
terrace
I would
for
take him
ages.
right now.
I
I'll
wanted
take
him.
him right now.
I wanted him as well. He was my first
I
choice.
can't believe that
So I'm a
wasn't
little
even
bit
like
impressed
an option in the summer chat. There wasn't even like a discussion. Like, we should have been doing everything we could to try and go for Nick Pope, to be honest. And I don't even know why we didn't. Really don't know why we didn't.
If we went for Nick Pope, would that, like, if we got, you know, the Donnarumma thing, that would like ruin that? What would you rather? Would you have rather stuck with the year of Mendy and got Donnarumma at the end of it, or would you rather have just gone for Nick Pope?
I think because Nick Pope he's Premier League proven, isn't he? So we want somebody who's already like has that Premier League experience. Whereas Donnarumma, again, there could be that debate with that adjustment period to the Premier League. So at least we know Nick Pope is proven, you know.
Yeah, but look what
Big up. Yeah,
Like,
big up to
who came
Stephanie
from
Harmon, man. First time Stephanie's been in here. Big Chelsea fan. Big Chelsea lady as well. Be good to actually get her on, you know.
Yes, definitely come on.
Hey?
Oh,
What did you say, Beth?
I said I'll message her and see if she wants to come on.
Message her now and drop her the link and see if she wants to jump in. She's always free to come in and have her say. Can we get Emma shout out? Who's Emma? Oh, Emma Hayes. Yeah,
Emma Hayes.
Right, no, Max Instagram girl called Emma. It's
big question for you ladies. Do you miss him? The one and only.
Yes.
Nah,
Yeah.
not after. Nah, like, I miss him, but I wouldn't take him back. I wouldn't take him back now after what's happened. Now, I'd take Prime Hazard back. I would take Prime Hazard back. But right now, the man is injured. Since he moved from Chelsea, the man is not the man that we knew. He's not that Prime Hazard. And if we brought him back, it's like Pulisic. He's injury prone now. He's not going to play like he used to. Like, I think leaving Chelsea was a big mistake for him. Like, if you want to deal with another injury-prone player, that's cool with me. But unfortunately, I'm already dealing with Pulisic, who's an injury-prone player, who I'm, like, trying not to lose my cool with every time when we have to, like, wrap him in bubble wrap and protect him. And we must kiss his boo-boos and all this. Like, nah, mate. I want a player that's real. I don't want to, like... Sorry, I know that sounds harsh. I'm not saying Pulisic is not a good player, but... he's in the same boat as Hazard. He's got injury-prone injury, and it's reoccurring, and I don't really want him back now. If it was Prime Hazard where he wasn't injured, I would, but not anymore. The man just showed himself.
Gio's in town. He says, "Boy, what's good, Gem? Tamori medical done." This depresses me when I know we've still
This is
got
another reason why I want Frank Lampard to go, because the handling of that
Wait, Lam.
so
Is
embarrassing.
this Lampard's fault or was this a board move? Did the board get rid of Tamori?
It's Lampard's fault. The board only acted because he's made it clear to them that he has no place in his plans. There is no place for him in Frank Lampard's squad. So Frank Lampard said, I do not want him in my squad, so remove him. So this is all on Frank Lampard. And for that as well, that's another reason why I want him to go. Because the handling of that situation is an absolute joke. Why Tamori is gone, and then they've attached that bargain of a release of a release clause to that deal as well. Christensen is still here. Rudiger is still here. Make it make sense, please. Just make it
I'm
make
sorry.
sense.
The man has been encouraging youth the whole time he's come here. He's literally been like, yeah, I want to bring youth in and all that. Tomori has one bad game, and all of a sudden Frank's like, nah, I don't want to do it. Christensen has shit games every time he starts in the starting 11. Rudiger has shit games basically every time he starts in the starting 11. But what happens? Why can't we sell Marcus Alonso and just keep Tomori? Who is Marcus Alonso? I haven't seen him. Don't even know who the man is. Like, don't know who Alonso is. Don't know who Christensen is. Why, if a manager that comes in says that he wants youth to come through, are you selling Tomori with a buy clause? The buy clause is the thing that kind of pushed me over the edge, because I wouldn't have minded if it was just a loan for the end of the season to get more experience. But the fact that you've got a clause to buy really, really, really annoys me, because he's so talented and he could do so well for us. And you know what? When he succeeds at AC Milan, Chelsea board are going to be like, shit, we made a mistake. But it's too late now. You've built your grave, lay in it now. I'm done.
Yeah, I think for like him, it's a great move though, because he's got the chance to buy after. He doesn't have to come back here and get back loaned out or whatever. And I think he's going to do really well there. And it's a shame because he's really great and he should have been like second choice after Zuma. But it is what it is.
People, smash the like button. There's 40 of yous here now. We're nearly up to 45. Let's go. What are we waiting for?
Oh, ladies.
Can we talk? Sophia, can you answer that question, please?
I don't know. One game, Dortmund are like amazing and they're bashing goals in, and then the next game they're like no. I really don't know. Part of me is like, yeah, they can still challenge, but after watching this game, I'm like, no.
JB says, I have a wig. Can I?
Love that.
Yeah, JB. Hi, JB. That's all my friends.
I want to talk quickly, a quick chat. I want to have a quick chat about Timo Werner. And I want to start with Joyce on this one. Timo Werner, against Leicester, he came on in the 60th, I think it was the 60th minute or 65th minute. And he actually looked very sharp. I thought he looked good on the ball. He looks like the player that we originally were looking to sign. He scored that goal, which I think was a goal. I don't know why it was called off. I don't know how they measured that out as not a goal. Do you feel like Timo Werner needs to be starting games, or do you still think we need to just bring him off the bench and introduce him in and just try and fire him up a bit that way and get in his head a bit, sort of thing?
I think like the Timo Werner situation is a little bit difficult because I think responsibility falls on both the manager and the player, because he needs to be, and like you said, like he had a much better game against Leicester. But generally, he had not been taking the chances, and he hadn't been very clinical, like in front of goal. Missing, like, I don't know if you guys have seen like the fail compilations that people have made of him, but they've just been really bad, really difficult to watch. But then at the same time, your manager needs to facilitate your playing. Like, he needs to put you in positions that will allow you to be more confident. Because I feel like Werner is a kind of player that will run on confidence. The more goals he's scoring, the more he's gonna kind of play well and like build on that confidence and keep scoring over and over again. Oh
my god! Everyone's using OnlyFans poses. Oh my god!
Do you actually think I can pull off an OnlyFans page? Just be serious. Please say no.
Maybe switch out to Jemima. Maybe do like a Jemima fan page and a Gem fan page.
Jemima.
Guys, the link
Lambs, do you think I can pull off an OnlyFans page?
Oh, 100%. Do you know what? You should literally put promo, yeah? Everybody pay £20 this month and Gem exclusive coming your way.
Do you know what I do? Do you know what I do? Pay £15 and you have to subscribe and share with all your Twitter followers.
Yes.
Because you'd be getting shitloads of subscribers.
It's a good idea, actually.
GNX TV would literally be like hitting 1K so much quicker.
Oh dear, you got to laugh, didn't you? Yeah, going on to Sophia on this one. Obviously, Timo Werner coming from the German league. Again, you probably saw more of him than we did last season. Do you feel like it's only a matter of time before he starts firing again?
I think so, yeah. But I think it's not going to be until we have a different manager and he has more confidence. Silence says it all.
Man, I don't know what's wrong with people today. Like 40 people in there, and they're all like just absolutely terrorizing people today. It must be one of them days. Like, it must just be one of them days. I've got. Do you know what it is though? I've got to stop bringing them up. Like, I just get
to people.
I'm a bit of a clickbaiter. Like I see it, and I'm like, oh, should I pull it up or not? And I'm like, yeah, no, I know. It's funny. It's funny.
More funny, guys. Am I funny?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're a legend, Beth. You're a legend.
Yeah, I agree.
Lambs, what do you think we should be doing with Timo Werner? Obviously, I said to the ladies when you were gone, I think he looked very good against Leicester when he came on. He looked a lot more sharper. He got his goal, which I believe was a goal. Shouldn't have been not given. Do you think we should still sort of
offside decision? Can't believe it's
No.
almost as bad as that Mane offside decision. Ridiculous.
Do you think we should still like slowly bring him into the game, or do you think he should be starting games going on from Wolves, just say onwards?
He should be, because we can all see like glimpses and the potential, and it's clearly a confidence issue. Whether it be the manager playing him out of position at the start of the season, again, kind of taking him off or substituting him when he's missing the chances as well. But then he's putting on Tammy Abraham, who's not even really getting the ball. Like he can't even, like when the ball gets into the box, like the defender will clear it very easily. Like he hardly ever gets the ball. Do you know what I mean? And if he does, I have to admit, Tammy has been a bit more clinical on goal than Timo has. But that is a confidence issue, and it's clear to see, because you can see glimpses. The way this guy like runs, he wants to run forward, he wants to get into the box. He drew us a couple penalties at the start of the season as well, so you can tell the potential is there as well. Even in that Brighton, that one friendly game we had against Brighton, the ball from the link up from Ziyech to Werner to provide that goal, that opening goal was brilliant. That's literally like what we all wanted to see. We're like, this is going to be the start of it. Obviously, Ziyech got injured. Took a while for him to get back into the squad as well. Werner playing out on the wing, maybe that didn't help. Other players being played out position, so he's not even getting the service. Again, we've discussed the lack of creativity in our midfield this season. So I do think he will get better if he's given the time and opportunity and the minutes to play. Yeah. How can somebody prove themselves if they're not getting minutes? Do you know what I mean? Like before, everyone was all Callum Hudson-Odoi.
You're getting called out.
He's not good enough.
It's coming for you.
Just the talk, mate. Just the talk. I'm not too sure. Because everyone's like, Callum Hudson-Odoi this. He's got to prove himself. He's got to earn, blah, blah, blah. But in the few minutes that we've seen him play, and he's not had nearly as much minutes as some of the other people in the squad as well. But we've seen he's made a bit of an impact as well. So you have to give the player opportunities, I feel. I do have to agree with Sophia, though. I don't think we'll see his full potential while Frank Lampard is still there, because I feel like his confidence is just shot.
I think that's the biggest problem we've got as Chelsea fans at the moment. We're seeing that he's got all this bags of talent, and he just struggles to get the best at it. It don't make sense. And whether it's a formation thing, whether it's them as individual players not actually trusting his philosophies and not liking his ideas in terms of formations and style of play, it's a tough one. But look, at the end of the day, he's going to be here for the next 3 games. Let's just hope. It's a big hope that we come out with 3 points each game.
If so, I want to see, the only way I want to see Mason Mount in the starting lineup is if you play him in that 4-2-3-1 position. Play him like Leicester play Maddison. That's where I feel like we'll be able to get the best out of him.
Yeah. But then what happens to Havertz then? Because then you can't have him incorporated in that team. You know, if you're going to play like that,
you could have him as number 10. You could play in that 10 role.
I hear you. Beth, do you want to answer this question? Would you? Actually, you can't because you don't watch enough football outside of Premier League, do you? So I can't even ask you that question. Anyone want to answer it?
Like quickly though?
No.
Like with the striker situation.
Yeah, go on.
Talking about Timo Werner and stuff. I feel like the situation that Lampard's found himself with the strikers is actually a lot harder than I think people are kind of talking about, because you've got like Tammy, who was like our top scoring striker last season. He got 18 goals in all competitions, without pens and all that kind of stuff. So, and he hasn't signed a contract. So it's kind of like we need to kind of keep him sweet and make sure that he's playing enough games to incentivize him to sign that contract if you want to keep him. At the same time, we've got like Giroud, who we really depended on at the end of last season. You know, he scored loads of goals. He was really important to us, and you know, his like agent is piping up in the media, kind of talking about him and like his wishes to go to the Euros and all that kind of thing. So there's like trying to keep him happy. And then there's a signing that we spent £50 million on that we haven't really got the best out of yet. And so he needs minutes to play. So I think that's one area of man management that is actually maybe not the easiest thing to juggle, because there's all these kind of like player politics, and it's about not only who's the best, but how do we keep everyone.
Sorry, can't
deal. Prime, I actually can't with Prime.
I need to know what Prime is drinking right
Prime
now.
is on it today.
You know what? Prime has swapped the water for vodka. Like hands down, he is drinking that bottle of water and it's vodka. Like, you know,
the Chelsea depression has finally got to him. That's it.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. I don't know what he's saying now. Let's read what he's saying now. I don't know. Jem could be on Insta though. We all know he has a pad. How do you know? You've never seen me, Prime. What kind of thing is that? Why would you even say that? What is this? Abuse Jem Day? What's going on here, guys? Come on, man. Leave it at
Basset challenge. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not a bad twerker, to be fair. Yeah, I do.
Someone donate £100 and Jem will do the Basset challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone donates £100, I actually will. I've got the bun to do it. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, please.
Probably give it a little work.
Someone do this now, please.
Listen, if Mertens can do it, Jem.
Exactly that. Yeah, look, I mean, we've done an hour, just over an hour now. Guys, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. I mean, ladies, is there anything you want to touch on before we sort of tie up on things? We've still got 30 odd people here. Is there anything more that you'd like to talk about? I mean, I was going to talk about the Luton game, and I thought, what's the point? It's Luton. Do you know what I mean? Like, what is it to look forward to? What about this guy? Forgetting what the guy's saying in the comment, yeah?
I mean, that's his son. Mason Mount's Frank Lampard's son, obviously. I mean, he's that, like, he really just does. Like, if Frank Lampard asked him to jump off a cliff, I'm pretty sure he would. Like, that's how far up this is. Literally, that is it.
Fair enough. Can we just talk about Callum Hudson-Odoi very quickly before... what's Prime saying? Beth said Jem Bussett challenge. Yeah, she did actually. Yeah. Callum Hudson-Odoi. He started against Leicester. Everyone, not just us, everyone in the Chelsea community was crying out for him to play. I feel like he had a very poor game. I don't know what you felt about him, but I thought he was very ineffective. He had that one chance where he hit the side net in. But it wasn't just him. But, you know, for the amount that we sort of built up on him to come in and actually, like, have the game he did, I was a little bit disappointed. I know Lambs was very show in, like most of us. What's your feelings on it?
You know, I think I'm hoping that this doesn't affect him starting again soon, because I feel like Cho's not having the best of luck starting games, and I don't think it would be fair to not start him based on that game, because everyone stunk in that game. And like I said earlier, if you all stink, your stink rubs off on everyone else. Everyone just stank. There was not a good player in that game, really. So I really
say that? I thought Timo Werner was all right when he came on. I actually thought he was one of the best players.
Was great.
He wasn't on that. He wasn't on that much though, was he? Before that, everyone else was just a bit shit. I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It is what it is. Beth, I don't know what this question is here. If it's coming up, Beth, thoughts on you something. If it loads up.
JB is a great guy. We don't need to bully JB being nice to people, do we, guys? No. Right. That's what I think about that.
Anyway, on that note, ladies, thank you for coming on again. Been a great show. It seems to be getting more funner and funner every time we do it, you know. It'd be nice to actually have a show with you ladies where we actually win and we can actually be happy and talk about all the good things that we've done. But at the moment, I feel like we're kind of
Fantastic performances.
I know.
Yeah. Like we're so negative.
Either way, we'd be drinking. Either way, we'd be drinking. We drink now because they're that bad. We'd be celebratory drinking if they were that good. I miss talking about the fantastic performances. I really do. But it's what it is.
Since we started the stream, I don't remember us having a win or talking about a win. I feel like we've only talked about losing.
I know why Sophia's face is like this. Sophia, I know why your face is like this.
Oh no.
It's 4-2. It's 4-2 and
Sophia,
it's not
what's happening? Give us an update, please. Give us an update.
Is it that
Who
bad?
are you playing, by the way? Who are you playing?
Gladbach.
Gladbach.
Oh yeah, they are better than you, though, aren't they? To be fair, let's be serious.
I'm saying Gladbach.
Oh,
Winning the Europa League.
Sophia, I feel for you.
Look, there's 32 of you people still here. Smash the like button. We are going to tie it up here. It's been a great show. Man like Chelsea Blue Flag says, let's do once if we beat Luton. Oh, what? Be positive. I'm assuming he's talking about.
Yeah. But go on then. We'll give it a go.
No, do you know what? If we win and it's a good performance, I'll take that. But Fulham wasn't a good performance.
Does anyone answer this question? What does that mean?
Do you have a bum?
Right, you're saying do you have a big bum or do you not?
I have what we call a peaky bum. Yes, I have a peaky bum. If you, I'm a bit worried that you've got. Wait, I'm a bit worried that you've got all these ladies here and you're talking about my bum and my sexuality. What's going on? You guys here, like, what's going on? Like, I'm getting a bit worried. Like, you should be talking about me and my bum. What's going on here? Like,
Prime, do we need to talk?
Yeah, I think Prime. We need to have maybe an intervention is needed for Prime.
Chelsea Blue Flag wants to know where he can find you, Zul. I'm going to start with Beth. Where can they find you?
All right. So I'm on Twitter at KingKaiFC. I'm also on Instagram at _BethDXE. Yeah, that's about it. And I'm on here on Fridays at 8 p.m. Big up GNA TV. We love GNA TV.
And GNA TV loves you all as well. Let's be serious. Joyce.
So I'm on EL Joyce _ on Twitter and Instagram. I'm meant to be going on a Twitter hiatus, but it keeps dragging me back in. And then you can find me here on GNA TV on Fridays at 8 as well.
Yes, and Joyce has joined the regular panelists, like has Lambs. So these are like the regular panelists that you can see here. So you'll see these more often, and Anita as well. But Anita was obviously couldn't make it this week as well. So yeah, and hopefully it will grow not bigger and bigger because we can't have too many people on here.
The community will grow bigger.
The community will grow bigger. What I was thinking of is doing special guests. I was just saying to the ladies off air, maybe doing like a special guest from different rivals. So like maybe Newcastle in Kendall and Tottenham in Maya or Eleanor. Just really mix it up a bit and get other ladies' views on it. Yannicka from City. And then obviously with you ladies, whoever you may know that we don't know that might be interested, coming like Stephanie, the Chelsea lady that was in the chat. She's going to hopefully be on next week, she's saying as well. So let's see what happens. But Lambs, where can we find you?
So on social media, I'm on Instagram. My handle's down there. You can also find me here on GNA TV. So yes, I've joined the panelists of these beautiful, lovely ladies and Jem. So just because Jem's not a lady, obviously. You catch us here 8 p.m. on Fridays. I also do a show with Bits and Bobs on his channel called What Now. So you'll catch us there around 6 or 7, like early evening, just before this show on Fridays as well. And you can catch me on Midnight Vibes as well on the Football Terrace. And and here and there on Monster CFC's live Chelsea streams, but obviously that's a bit depressing lately. But you know. Oh, and I'm gonna be sorry. I also forgot. I'm gonna be on Football United show with Charlotte next week. Lovely. As well, so look out for that one too.
Yeah, Charlotte's got a new channel which she'll be shouting out now as well. But Prime, of course you'd want Maya on, wouldn't you? We know how much you love it, Maya, mate. Let's be serious. So, you know, ain't got to hide that one, mate. We know that. But Charlotte, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Charl_strong. You can also find me on here every week on a Friday at 8 p.m. You can also find me on Football United TV for Charles Classic Corner on Thursdays at 7 p.m. My guest next week will be Lambs and the lovely Eleanor. Very excited about that. And also on Sunday, I have a brand spanking new show called Charl and Matt Explain. It's going to be realistically, it's just going to be me ranting. So you're more than welcome to join. Everybody is welcome. But we're going to be talking everything, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. We are going to go through it all. Champions League, it's all happening.
Wicked. And you can find me with a bottle of wine, drowning my sorrows until we win a game. So, that's where you'll find me as well. But no, joking, guys, joking. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic.
You will be after this. You will be after Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean,
January's
honestly,
my choice. Dry Jan is
you
over.
know when it will get worse for me when you see me changing. When you see me changing my drink, so you see me drinking wine right now. If you see me ever drinking vodka, that's when you know it's getting bad. Because then it's like, oh my god, Gem's depressed. Like, what's going on? Like, but anyway, moving on. You can find me, Sophia, and ads in the link below. Our Twitter links are all there. You got the Discord channel as well, which is growing every. It's not massively, but it's growing slowly and surely, which is cool. So yeah, I appreciate it, ladies. Another great show. I hope you all enjoyed the show as well, guys, that are tuned in, getting lots of love in the comments I can see. So we appreciate your support. And we'll see you again next week. Peace.
Thanks everyone for coming.
It's like it's playtime and it's free time. In the down that they have to take a glance, we stepping out.